Okay, so this is day 3 report for my 10-day juice fast in May of 2020. And this is actually the day of the 4th, the morning or the afternoon actually of the 4th. I got a late start today. Slow going. But I worked all late last night and I was thinking about doing a video really late and I thought, no, just go to bed. Report in the morning. So this is my report for day 3. I really benefited yesterday on Saturday night. I knew that I was going to be going out on Sunday, so I juiced and juiced and juiced, and I had a bunch of tall glass containers of my different green juice, my sweet juice, my tomato juice, and because I knew I was going to be going out, and I wanted to take a nice thermos of green tea and also juice, sufficient juice, so that when I was going to be eating with people were going to be eating with me, that I knew that I needed to be fortified with my own juice. I really didn't want to run out. And I also bought a couple of prepared juices, a Suja cold pressed juices, strawberry, and I had a celery, which was really good. I added that to my juices. Also bought a coconut water to add to some of my juices. I'm not a real fan of coconut water, but the Life Regenerator is totally in favor of it, so I thought, it's got to be good. So I'll just add it to my juices. I don't like it plain at all. But anyway, so I had a lot of juice. I have switched to green tea. That's the other thing. When the first morning I started juicing, I thought about having a cup of coffee and it just repulsed me. It was just, coffee is very acidic. It's very hard on the system. And, I get to a point where it's just way too strong. And I actually wanted to have a cup of green tea and I did it. And so I've been drinking green tea. This will be day 4. All day on day 3 I drank green tea. And at night I switched to peppermint tea because I didn't want the caffeine, and that worked well. Let's see. So I went out, and after a church service, it was an outdoor church service in cars. People were in cars because of the situation we have right now, May 2020. And it was a really nice sermon. I really, really liked this minister a lot. And afterwards, this other couple, Gary and I, went to a park by the river. We sat on a nice picnic bench and they had Subway sandwiches, and Gary got some hamburgers from a Quick Stop, and he got a coffee, and so the girl had a Diet Coke. I had my green tea. I don't even think I had any juice when I was sitting there. I wasn't at all hungry. And that's, I think, the main thing that I've been experiencing in the past couple days is that I have done so much juicing that for me, juicing has gotten to be second nature. And it's just like if you had a vehicle, an automobile, and you switched it to overdrive, it would just be natural. It's just another like transmission setting, for me now. And it's just, I've been habituated to it so that it's just not an issue. And I actually feel liberated from eating, which is so interesting because I struggle so much with weight gain and overeating and I've lost, 30 pounds and maybe even 40 pounds, like, top out weight. And that's a lot of weight. It's really hard. And so I love food. I love to eat. It's just that when I'm relieved from the pressure of what to eat, how much to eat, cooking, cleaning, shopping, it's a relief, really. And I know my mind, my psychology is now totally convinced that this is just a process that will end. And then, oh boy, I get to eat food again. But unless you don't, if you're sort of deprived of something, you don't have as much appreciation for it, and the contrast between eating and not eating, while still being quite nourished and feeling very satisfied, I don't really think that it's the way we're designed. I think we're actually designed to fast and then feast, or fast and then eat. I don't think that we are really designed to chow down every day, 365, every year of our life. I mean, the results are evident in, the bellies and the overweight and the sluggishness. I had mentioned I was going to do an internal cleanse. I didn't do that because I knew I had to go to church, and that was kind of a surprise. And I probably won't do an internal cleanse because, this is pretty cleansing. And my little discomfort that I had in my lower intestinal tract is gone. So I do attribute that to the green juice. And also cutting out the coffee. I'm not sure exactly what was causing it, but green juice is very healing, and green tea is healing, as opposed to coffee, which is not. And it's gone. With yoga, it's gone. So that's good. I don't feel the need to do the internal cleanse. Also, let's see, I had some hot chocolate when I got home yesterday. It's cold here in Iowa at the end of May, or the mid-May. Not end yet, it's just kind of the beginning of May, actually. But it was cold, and I wanted to warm up with some hot chocolate, and I actually didn't even have any hot chocolate in the house, so I made this ersatz hot chocolate with dried milk and cocoa and my non-sugar sugar. It was terrible. I didn't have the right proportions, and then I went to Walmart and I got some hot chocolate. And so I had my nice cup of hot chocolate, and that was really good. And I ate a lot of mints yesterday. So that's it. Day 3 was good. I'm into day 4 now. Once I get off here, I'm going to go and just, the strategy of having lots of juice that I can just pour, mix and match. I see people on Joe Cross's network doing that, and Joe does it, and it's really wise. The other reason it's wise is you only have to clean up from the one juicing. So it cuts down on the cleanup, as opposed to, my habit is to juice, clean up, juice, clean up, juice, clean up. But if I just, kind of steel myself and just do a massive juicing, which takes quite a bit of time, a lot of preparation, a lot of cutting, but the benefits are ongoing for, at least 24 hours. And then usually it's like a day and a half that you have enough juice that you're good to go. So I'm going to do that now, get into day 4, and hopefully I'll check in tonight, just do a quick check-in, because, when I speak out, my intentions, my experience, it does fortify my resolve. It makes it easier. I remember that I'm part of a community of juicers, and that there's plenty of people out there juicing. And another thing I wanted to say was, I'm coming up on like 200 days of juicing that I've done over 6 years, let's say. And for anybody who's new to juicing, I think that the mantra should just be, just keep juicing. Like, just keep juicing. Like, juice again, and juice again, and do it again, and do it again. Because it gets easier. It gets a lot easier, and it becomes a really natural habit. And the discomfort that one feels in the beginning of juicing, the detoxing, if you just keep doing that, intermittently, not all the time, but intermittently, it gets a lot easier and gets a lot more natural. So I would just, say that I've really benefited from ongoing, not just thinking, oh, I'm going to juice, I'm going to lose this weight, or I'm going to clean up this condition. Just, for me, it has become really part of my diet throughout the year, and a nice break and contrast from daily eating. So that's it.